Can I call you right back? GBF. How you doing? How you doing? It's a lot going on, you guys. A lot going on. Where do I start? I'm gonna wait for a couple of more people to get in the chat. Peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you. I'm being targeted. That was the name of my video. It's a lot going on right now. A whole lot going on right now. I'm never scared. I'm fearless. One thing I will say, we're making a difference. We are making a difference. Because I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through. Little, I'm not even gonna say little on me because I'm not little. I'm a king, so I can never be little. I'm God body, I can never be little. But when they play with your freedom, the freedom of your flesh, because they can never lock this up. I haven't been in trouble in over 20 years. 20 years. Now, all of a sudden, within a matter of 2 to 3 days, I've been locked up. T. Thomas, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Yes, yes. Much love, much love. I've been locked up in a matter of 4 days. My first experience. I drove to Orlando. Brother Kevin, peace and light. I drove to Orlando Friday night. I got on the road at 6 o'clock. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ride. Beautiful ride. I'm a rebel at the end of the day. Me neither. I'm a rebel at the end of the day. So I had a situation to where I didn't have license. But I know the way that I move, I had to, yes. The way that I move, I had to get my license straight. Now, on my way to Orlando, I'm gonna start it off. I live in Toledo, so I went through Toledo, Dayton, Cincinnati, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. The moment I got in Georgia, I got through Atlanta. The last city out of Georgia, we stopped to get gas. Now it's me and 2 of my young brothers and my daughter. Peace and love, Serenity. We stopped and got gas. It was like 6:30 in the morning. Sunrise. You know, I'm glazing at the sun. I'm glazing. It's looking beautiful. Raw shining on us. So we gets back in the car. We gets on the on ramp. Mind you, I said on ramp. As soon as I got on the on ramp, I come off to merge onto the expressway. Peace and love. Soon as I merged onto the expressway, it was a cop sitting there waiting on me, pulled me over. She walked up to the car. She said, "Sir," I said, first of all, I said, "Good morning." She said, "Good morning." I said, "What's the problem?" She said, "Do you know you was doing 90 on the in the 70?" I said, 90 on the 70. I said, I just got on the on ramp. I just came off the on ramp. How was I doing 90? She said, "Well, I clocked you out doing 90. But see, when I came off the on ramp, I seen her. Two cars flew past me. So when those two cars flew past me, I'm like, oh, she about to get them. So she hit her lights, and she they passed. So I'm thinking something like, man, it's weird. Why is she ain't pulling out? So as soon as I passed her, she pulled out, and I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe I need to pull over so I can let her pass. But instead of me pulling over, I put over into the next lane. She pulled behind me and flagged me over. So I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Now, mind you, the other two cars, they pulled over too. So back to the story of her telling me I was doing 90 in the 70. I said, how is that possible? And I was coming off the arm ramp. I said, if I was doing 90, this little car would have flipped. And she said, well, I clocked you out doing 90. So she said, she asked me for my license and registration. I told her I have my identification card. I flat out told her I don't believe in license. I don't. I don't need a license to drive something that I own. I don't. It's my car. Why would I need a license for something that I own? I mean, it might sound crazy to y'all, but it's true though. But mind you, my license wasn't suspended. They wasn't invalid. I just don't believe in license. I don't have them. But I have insurance though, because you are opt to have insurance in the US. So I have insurance. So, I gave her my information. She comes back to the car. She said, I have to arrest you. I said, for what now? What am I being arrested for? She said, well, your license is suspended and you have a federal offense. I said, how do I have a federal offense? Where do I have a federal offense at? What state do I have a federal offense in? I haven't been in trouble in over 20 years. She said, well, sir, I ran your name and everything. You have a federal offense. So I'm like, okay, so you telling me you about to take me to jail? I'm like, I got my daughter in the car. Now, my two partners that I brung down to the road to restoration, I know them very well, but my daughter don't know them. So I felt kind of, weary leaving, not saying that they were going to do anything, just the feeling that my daughter had being with some strangers. Me and my daughter are spiritually connected, so I felt her immediately. I felt her sorrow immediately. She's only 10, so like able to control she's not able to control that situation like we can. So I felt her sorrow at the time. So she texted me out the car and I asked her, I said, please, can you not handcuff me in front of my daughter? Can you take me back to the vehicle and handcuff me? She said, sure. And I said, can you handcuff me in the front because I haven't committed a crime? I haven't committed a dangerous crime or anything. And she said, sure. So she handcuffed me. They took me downtown. As soon as I get downtown, I asked her, I said, well, how do I get out of jail? I'm like, are you arresting me for driving with no license? She said, yes. In the state of Georgia, we have to arrest you. Energy goddess. Yes, yes. She said, as soon as you, um, well, she said, when you get caught driving with no license in Georgia, I, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm kind of frustrated right now because of my situation. There's more going on. So she said, well, when you get caught driving with no license in Georgia, you have to go to jail. So I said, okay, it's a Saturday, so I know I'm not going to be able to see a judge. Will I have a bond or is it a walkthrough? I don't know if you guys know what a walkthrough is in Ohio. If you get caught driving with a license, or you get arrested, if it's not a criminal offense, you can walk through. You just get booked in and booked out. So she said, no, we don't do that down in Georgia. So I'm like, fine, okay. I said, so how do I get out? She said, well, you can bond out. I'm like, okay, well, how much is my bond? She said, well, we about to check and see what this federal offense about, but I'll tell you your bond in a minute. So I'm like, okay, I'm already on the defense because it don't sound right. So she come back, she said, your bond is $1,020. I said, cool, perfect. I'll have the money sent down here. I'll be bonding out. So she said, okay, that's fine. She said, but we about to check on this federal offense. So I'm like, okay. So she comes back. She said, I got more bad news for you. Your bond is actually more than that. I'm like, well, how much is my bond? She said, your bond is $2,020, $2,025. I'm like, how? She said, you have more than one driving with no license on your record. I mean, more than one driving under suspension on your record. So I'm like, okay, I understand that. I had one when I was younger, but this time, I'm telling you, my license is not suspended. Me and my lawyer got paperwork that we took care of this situation because I knew I was about to be traveling. So she said, well, that's something you're gonna have to take up with your lawyer or whatever. So I'm like, all right, so what's up with this federal offense? Because I need to know because I'm trying to bond out and I don't want to waste the money trying to bond out if I have a federal offense and you guys have to hold me. She said, okay, well, that's something that they're gonna have to take care of inside of the jail because my business is done here. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I talked to I got in there. It was a young brother there, and I get to talking to him, and we vibe and kind of he feeling me, and he know I'm not a bad person, so he's giving me the respect. So he's giving me the respect that I'm supposed to have. So he gets a phone call, and after the phone call, his whole demeanor changed. So I'm like, "What's going on, man?" He was like, "Well, I gotta put you in the suit because you're going on the floor." I'm like, "How am I going on the floor?" He was like, "Yes, you're going on the floor." So he was like, I'm like, "Well, I'm about to bond out. How am I going on the floor?" He was like, "Because we got to figure out what this federal offense is about." So I'm like, "Okay." So I'm like, "But if I'm bonding out, and anybody know when you go on the floor, it takes paperwork for them. They have to complete the paperwork. They have to process you in order for them just to put you on the floor. You just don't go in there and get put on the floor immediately." So I felt some way about that. And once he come back and he do all my fingerprints and everything, do all the paperwork. Um, they offered me something to eat, and I told him, I said, "Listen, I'm a vegan. I'm like I can't eat that stuff. I'm a vegan. I'd rather not eat." He said, "Well, we have to feed you. You have to eat this food." I said, "I don't have to eat anything, sir. I'm a vegan. I'm not hungry." I'm like, "I don't. You guys don't have anything for me, so I'm not eating." So whole demeanor change again, and it was like he didn't want to do this, but it was like he was forced to do it almost. So I'm like, okay, yes, yes, spirit walkers. Brother Eon, I meant to call you, man, to tell you what was going on with me. So, but just listen in, brother. So um, I said, okay, well, what's going on with this federal offense? He said, let me get your social security number again. So by that time, my peoples had sent the money down. I told them to go to my house. I had a safe. I don't believe in banks. So they came to my house. Literally, I have a safe. I don't believe in banks. So he came to my house. He got my money. Went went to Walmart. Faxed it to my young brother. I mean, wired it to my young brother. Two thousand. and $25. I had money on me, but I didn't want to use that money because that was the money for the trip. So I get the money sent down here. They posted the bond. They could not release me until they figure out what this federal offense about. So I'm like, if you guys ran my name and y'all can't figure it out, something ain't right. So he got my social security number again. He ran that again, and he matched it up with the name of the federal offense, and he said, okay, they don't match up. I'm like, okay, cool. So what's next? I'm like, I'm ready to go, right? Y'all doing the paperwork so I can go. He was like, well, you got to hold on for a second. So mind you, it's around. I told you I got in at 6:30. By this time, it's 11 o'clock. So I'm like, what is going on? Well, we can't release you because you got to pay to stay. I'm like, what's the pay to stay? He said it's $20 for you staying here. So I'm like, okay, well, I got $20 outside with one of my friends. I'm like, can you go out there and flag them to the door and tell them to give you $20? He said, I can't do it. That you have to call them. So, we don't go to jail where we from. We don't, because we don't get in trouble. So no one has that service set on their phone for me to call collect from a jail cell for them to come and give me the $20. So I'm trying to figure out a way I can reach them in order for them to give me $20. Now it seems like they're trying to do everything to keep me in there to get me on this floor for some reason. So my mind is racing. I'm trying to connect to my ancestors and figure out my next move. So I get to meditating, and something told me, see if you can call one of the bondsmen. Well, my ancestor said, see if you can call one of the bondsmen. So I called the bondsman. I said, listen, I don't need nobody to bond me out, but I need you to do me a favor. Can you call this number and tell my friend to come and give them $20 for my pay to stay? That's the only thing that's holding me. So he did it for me. My friend come up and pay the $20. I get out. Well, he was like, okay, it's time for. He was like, okay, I'm about to release you, but I got to run your name again to make sure you don't have any warrants in the city. I'm like, okay. So they ran my name 4 times. No warrants, no offense or anything. So I'm like, okay, can I go now? So I signed out. By that time, it was 12:45, going on 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The road to restoration starts at 3 to 5. I was 3.5 hours I was 2.5 hours out of Orlando. So I gets out just to be on the safe side. I have my partner drive. He gets in the car, we drive off. We gone, boom. We hit Orlando. I get a call from someone that I didn't I didn't expect to get a call from. Well, I got a text message because I didn't realize that I didn't receive any notifications for the Road to Restoration, because I don't know if you guys ever watched it. When Brother Lance has the Road to Restoration, he posts the preview for it, and he goes live. So I didn't get any notification for it. So I called him first, and not knowing that he was sick like that. And then I called someone else, not knowing that she wasn't a part of the Road to Restoration anymore. So by this time, I'm tripping like, oh my goodness, what is going on here? Like, what is like, what is going on? So I asked her, I said, is the Road to Restoration still happening? And she hurried up and jumped to a fence like, why did you say that? And I said, because I explained to her my situation. I'm like, and I didn't get any notifications. And I just wanted to know before I go all the way over there and there's no Road to Restoration. She said, yes, it's a Road to Restoration going on right now. They're at the 3 Mass, but I'm no longer involved with the Road to Restoration. So she get to explain it to me what happened and why she's not involved. And I'm not gonna go into any details about that, but I just knew something wasn't right. And I left this story, I left it alone. I didn't comment on anything. The first thing I said is unfortunate that you're going through this right now. And I left it alone after that. But something wasn't right because my thing is when you're going through something and you're a victim, you don't explain yourself. Victims don't explain themselves. And it was just too much explaining to me. And I just left it alone after that. So I'm gonna skip all the way until today. I'm gonna skip all the way up to today. So it was around 5:30. My daughter goes to tutoring every Tuesday from 5 to 6. Excuse me. So yes, it is a war, and we're all in it. So my something I just didn't my spirit didn't feel right, but I'm like, you know what? I'm about to go and pick my daughter up, and I'm about to uh, drop her off and come back to my house because this is my safe haven. I got everything I need to protect me here, besides my ancestors. And like I said, I'm fearless. I don't care about dying, leaving this earth, because we all know you can kill us once, but you can't kill us twice. The destruction of flesh is not the ending of life. And I know that. So I'm fearless when it comes to that. But just let me get back to my house so in case something do happen, I could take a couple with me. Because y'all not coming back. I am. So I go to pick my sister up. I mean my daughter up. I get on the expressway. While I'm sitting at the light, I see the cops in my like my right side, and they sitting there, and it's like they got the green light, but they're not going. And I'm not thinking nothing because I'm in my city. They do stuff like this, so I pulls off. I jumps on the expressway. As soon as I get on the expressway, I look back. They come flying behind me with their lights on. This happened today. So I'm like, okay, I pulls over. I'm like, okay, what's going on, man? Something ain't right. So they walk up to the car. It was like, license and registration. I gave them all my information. She said, step out the car, sir. I need you to step out the car. So as soon as I stepped out the car, she hurried up and handcuffed me. They took me back to the police car. They put me in the back. I was like, what's going on? I'm like, why did you pull me over? She said, you were over the line to you were over when you I don't know if you guys know when you come up to the light, there's like two lines. I guess I was over the line a little bit, which was petty. That was petty. Like y'all really pulled me over for that? So she like, yeah, it's a traffic offense. I'm like, okay. So she like, you mind if we search your car? I'm like, go ahead. There's nothing in the car. Now, I done been in trouble before. I know if there's something in my car, you're not allowed. I'm gonna tell you I don't want you searching my car. You're gonna have to get a lawyer. I mean, we're gonna have to get a judge. We're gonna have to go through all of this. And by the time y'all do that, y'all ain't even gonna want to do it. So no, you're not. You can't search my car. Go ahead and search the car. There's nothing in it. So they put me in the back. They searched the car. They closed the door. They popped the trunk. Now, mind you, when they popped the trunk, both of them went to the trunk. He stood by my door for a minute, and he gazed over and walked towards the trunk. So they in my trunk for a while. There's nothing in my trunk for you to be looking at. I have a crate with antifreeze, the stuff that we keep in the car to clean the car with, um, some oil, a little bit of brake fluid. So they leave the trunk open and they walk back. She was like, "Sir, do you do drugs?" I said, "No." I'm like, "I don't do any type of drugs." I'm like, "I'm clean. I'm sober." I'm like, "You can test me." She like, "Okay, well, why do you have marijuana in your car?" I got marijuana in my car? Yes, you do. Okay. Now the only person that had my car was my dad. My dad is 72 years old. No marijuana at all. I know my dad don't smoke. He don't even know how to even buy no marijuana. So I'm laughing. She's like, "What's so funny?" I said, "How do I have marijuana in my car?" She said, "You tell me." I said, "I don't have any marijuana in my car." I'm like, "I don't have any warrants. I don't." I'm like, "What's going on?" She said, "Well, you'll have to find out." Yes, very suspicious. It is. It don't sound suspicious. It was suspicious. She said, "Well, you'll find out when you go downtown. You have to talk to a detective." I said, "A detective?" I'm like, "Okay, all right, this ain't right." I'm like, "Okay, just go ahead and take me downtown." "Well, we can't take you downtown. We about to take your car. We towing your car." So they took my car and they put a holder on it. I'm like, "Oh, it's nothing but a car. I'll buy another one. I'll catch the bus or whatever." Yes. So I was like, "Okay, well, what's about to happen next?" Since you said I got married, I'm like, "How much marijuana was in my car? How much did you find?" I'm like, "Tell me how much was in my car in order for me to go and see a detective." It had to be a lot because marijuana is almost legal. So why am I going to see the detective? "Oh, you got baggies and it looks like a." Now, one thing I do have in my car because I'm a chef. I have a digital scale, but it's a food digital scale. It's a bag back there with my it's a chef bag. It has my knife, it has my measuring cups, it has my scale in it. So by me having that, it became a felony. Okay, get me downtown so I can call my lawyer. Get me downtown. They wasn't go I said, can I call my lawyer?" "Well, you got to talk to the detective first." "Okay. I don't want to talk to I want my lawyer, flat out. I don't want to talk or nothing. I want my lawyer." So call my lawyer. He comes downtown. He asks him what's going on. They explain to him what's going on. He said his license is not suspended. Here's the paperwork right here. This happened to him in Atlanta 3 days ago. And my lawyer's a beast, super beast. He's a Jew, but he's a beast. Scott Swab. I'm gonna give him a shout. I really wasn't. I shouldn't have said his name, but oh well. Um, so I'm like, wow, okay. My lawyer explaining to them what's going on with my license. He said, "We just paid for the promise to pay. We just got done with all of this. We never we just got done with all of this like almost 3 months ago. I don't understand this. Why is it still showing up that he's suspended? He's not. He's not a valid. He doesn't have a valid license, but he's not suspended. He shouldn't be going to jail for this. Why did y'all search the car?" "Well, you know what? We're not gonna sit here and battle. We're not in court, so we're not gonna sit here and battle it out. We're going to get a bond posted. And I can get a bond posted. My lawyer's a beast, so we got a bond posted. Got out of jail today. Go to court tomorrow. I'm gonna find out how much weed they placed in my car and what my charges is." He said, my lawyer said, "No, no, that you're probably gonna have a felony. They're probably gonna charge you with a felony." But he said, "We're gonna beat this case." Because my lawyer know me. He know the path that I'm on. I would be a hypocrite doing something like that. Don't make no sense. So at the end of the day, I know I'm making a difference. Because if I wasn't making a difference, I wouldn't be going through this. Like I said, I never BL Carter, oh my goodness, you don't understand what just happened to me. I got arrested again. Yes. Yes. And this time they said I had drugs on me. I'm speechless because I'm doing the work that my ancestors set me out to do. I'm doing the work that I was put on this earth to do. And I'm gonna continue doing this work. Nothing is gonna stop me. Not no crooked police. They can have that car, matter of fact. I will buy another car, but they can't have my mental freedom. They can take this flesh and lock it up, but they can't take this mental freedom and lock it up. I understand. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight any way I can. Um, my dad, we ready. You know, my daughter, I can't. It's unfortunate because I can't have her at my house right now. I have to make sure she's safe first. So right now it's just me and my dad here, but we ready. Um, that Friday night that they cut my show short, probably about a half an hour later. Yes, yes, yes. And you said that too. And that's why I don't understand what happened. I don't understand how this went down like this because I stay on my P's and Q's. I would never do anything to jeopardize my freedom. So um, at the end of the day, I can't have my daughter at my house right now because I'm in war mode. I'm in survivor mode right now. I'm in a mode to where I never thought that it would come down to this because I feel like I'm being attacked. I feel like I'm being targeted. Um, all the way from Atlanta to here. Why do y'all want me eating this food so bad? Why are y'all trying to put me on the population in general population so bad? And I didn't understand that. So I know, and I got it on my back. I got a big one, but I knew this. I knew it. You know, I felt it. I felt it after the the roundtable discussion with Brother Kwaku. It was a couple of trolls in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. I felt it. It was a situation to where, um, and I try to share it, but the guy took it down. Um, he was making mockery of one of the shows that I forgot the name of the show, but it was a rapper on there, and he was saying how we just gonna meditate. We gonna meditate, and we're gonna manifest some things. We're gonna manifest security. We're gonna mental security, mental sanity. Just we gonna figure it out though. Right now, there's nothing nobody can do. Um, I'm in a city that I knew I need to get out. I knew I needed to get out of 10 years ago. But I love my people so much here to where I'm the voice of my city. I'm the voice that the youth listen to here. So I feel if I leave, I'm leaving all of them behind. That's why I took a couple of my youngsters that I had to the road to restoration with me. I wanted them to see the power that we all have together because if they can see that power and see how it grows in Orlando and see how big we are as a group, as a tribe, it'll give them some type of power to move forward with our mission for the youth. So I can't say anything about help right now. I it's help is irrelevant at this time. Yes. And the devil is the enemy. I've been targeted. And I got my shield on. I'm not worried. Like I said, you can kill me, you can take me out the game, but I'm coming back with a vengeance. Like Energy God has said, sign me up. Sign me back up to go back to war. I'm coming back as a warrior. But I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. My mission will be complete. I will get the word out there to my youth. I will change the minds of everybody that's listening in my city. I will do the work that my ancestors set me out to do. They try to lock me up twice within a week. So you can't tell me my ancestors ain't powerful. Currency talks, yes, currency do talk. And I don't, and I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't work. I do own my own catering services, private, but it's the way that I do things. I only work maybe a week or two out of the month. The rest of my time is dedicated to this right here. It's dedicated to the programs I'm trying to set in place in my city. And the crazy thing about it was 7 o'clock. I had I'm a part of a program called Mad Poet Society. It's for the young youth in my neighborhoods. You know, a lot of youth like they like music and they like to rap. But I told them rap started as poetry at one point in time. Rap is poetry. So the board of director of the Toledo Public Library, he's a good brother of mine. So yes, brother Eon, that'll be perfect. So you know, he put me in, and we've been doing this youth program for a while now. It's called the Mad Poet Society. So what that is, we take students to different poetry events, and they read off their poetry, and it's some amazing stuff that these kids come up with. So this evening at 7 o'clock, we had an event to go to, and after I picked my daughter up, I was gonna drop her off and head to the event. That didn't happen. I couldn't even pick my daughter up tonight. So when I get released, and I'm like, okay, can I go and get my car? Because I'm able to go and, you know, we're able to go and pick our car up at a certain amount of time before the tow yard closed. So come to find out, they got a hold on my car until I go to court. My lawyer said he gonna give me a. They got my court date scheduled for the 30th, I think. Um, Scheduled for the 30th, and once I go to court, I'm able to get my car back. Yes, it was after we talked today. It was like literally 20 minutes after we talked. After I sent that last text message to you, Mrs. Carter. Um, I left because you remember I told you I was going to pick my daughter up, and I left. 20 minutes after that, they pulled me over. Um, I don't know the severity of what's about to happen because my lawyer got me out. I just know that I have a charge right now that's stating that it's drug trafficking. And I'm laughing because I haven't touched any drugs in over 20 years. 20 years. Yes, I think so. I know. That's federal. Yes. They said I had a federal offense in Georgia too. Um, but they couldn't find it. Then all of a sudden, my social security number don't match. Hey, all true. How you doing? How you doing? Peace and love. Oh wow. So you know that's what they're telling me now. The one in Georgia was federal. I don't know if this one's going to be federal or not because I was on the E-way. Yes. Um, it's crazy because I have so much that I'm trying to accomplish right now, and I literally have a restaurant that I'm trying to open. Um, it's for vegans. It's going to be catering to our African community. I have a juice bar. You know, I haven't really told people what's going on. I have a juice bar that I'm trying to open in the African community. There's a plaza that I supposed to have been buying, Bancroft Plaza, in the inner city. Um, all of these things are on my playlist, on my to-do list, I should say. So sometimes it's better to, okay, T. Thomas, you have a good night. Peace and love. Thank you for joining in. So sometimes it's better just to not say things. I see that now. Um, and I don't tell a lot of people, you know. I told a couple of people about this. And one of the persons that I told turns out to be an agent. I hate to say it. I don't understand how all of this stuff is happening to me. And then, you know, the crazy thing about it is I didn't know anything about the assassination attempt of Brother Lance and General Quack. I mean, Brother Quacku until I got to Orlando. I didn't have my phone on me, so when I got to my phone, I looked on my phone and I seen a notification and I seen it on there. How? How did it? How like what? How did this happen? What's going on? That was my first thought when I seen it. Like, what the hell? And stuff started clicking in my brain. Stuff started making sense. We're all being targeted. So tonight show is about us protecting us. We're gonna have to find a different way of communicating. We're gonna have to find a different way of exchanging information. We're gonna have to try to find a different way of meeting up. We're gonna have to find a different way of going forward with our plans. My circle is you guys. I don't really necessarily carry a circle around me. I got a couple of brothers that hang with me, and it's more so because they want to protect me. But I can't put them in jeopardy all the time. I can't sacrifice them. So, you know, like I said, I'm a warrior. I don't worry about those things. So at the end of the day, I have to move in a whole totally different way now. I have to move in silence. We all have to move in silence. We all have to figure out a different way of doing this. Otherwise, we're gonna lose people that we don't want to lose right now because their job is not finished. Um, we still have a job to do, but it's a different way of us doing it. I still want to do the road to knowledge. I think that's going to be a better way of us communicating about certain things that we need to communicate with. Um, it's crazy because, like I said, I didn't expect to go through this. It's adventurous. I ain't gonna lie because I look at everything as a challenge. So when it was happening, I'm sitting in this cell like, okay, how am I about to get through? How am I about to get over this? How am I about to get through this? Yes. Another thing that I'm going to do. Sorry, you guys. I got some people checking on me. Have you guys ever heard of sovereign citizenship? Have you guys heard of that? Because that's my next move right there. Oh yeah, you go to sleep. Yes. Okay. It's basically giving up your citizenship. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna read more into it, but a friend of mine's put that in my ear just probably about an hour ago. Yes, she told me that too. Um, I kind of think that's the move I want to make before I actually get out of the U.S. Because I don't see myself continuing to be here in the next 5 years. I'm moving to Orlando most definitely in the end of June or beginning of July. But I think from Orlando, I'm gonna be probably um, yes. Good night, Deandra. Peace and love. Thank you for joining. Yes, I will. I will. I most definitely will. I'm gonna do. I'm up until I reach. I'm up until I reach the point to where I know what I want to do. Tonight, I'm gonna do so much researching on this because I think that's my next move. But before I do that, I mean, it's either that or just hurrying up, getting out of the U.S. Um, I think I might camp out on an island or something. Um, one of the islands closer to the Caribbeans. I have some family and friends by Barbados. Um, I think I might do that for a while, and then go ahead and venture off to Ghana. I need to really save some money and come up with a nice business plan because I don't want to go over to Ghana empty-handed. I don't want to go over there as um a man in need. I want to go over there as a man that can add to the uprising of Ghana. You see what I'm saying? We can't go over there empty-handed and expect to be taken care of. We have to come with our fruits in our basket as well to share with them. And because if not, we just it's almost like going inside of a gang, another gang territory, and demanding something. You see what I'm saying? So I know that's one move I can't just make like that until I get, financially stable enough to bring something to the table over there as well. But as far as like going to a couple of to an island or so, I have like I said, friends and family over there to where I can camp out for a while. I'm not gonna like just give up. I'm gonna still do what I need to do. We have this system. We have other systems that we can get across to each other, but to further uh, protect the people that's around me, I might have to move a little different when it comes to this. I'm gonna still go live. I'm gonna still talk about issues that we need to talk about. But as far as like my actions on what I'm doing with the churches and with the, because you guys don't know, man, I'm a rebel in my city. Like I make a lot of noise. I'm a big mouth in my city. Churches, I'm telling you, I go hard on pastors. Um, I go hard on corner stores in the neighborhoods. I go hard on liquor stores. I go hard on restaurants. All of that. So I knew something was coming behind this. I didn't think it was gonna be that quick. You see what I'm saying? But I knew something was gonna happen. It always do. Look at some of the realest leaders that we have. Look how they went out. It's only a couple of real leaders that we had. I don't consider um, Martin Luther King one of them. I don't consider honestly. I don't Mandela. Um, yeah, I'm good. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I am because you know why? You know why I'm gonna say I'm perfect? It's because I know if I wasn't doing or making any noise in the right way, this wouldn't be happening. Something is going on to where our words are being touched at certain people. Um, I don't know if you guys heard the Lance Scurv show when they were talking about spirits being transferred over to our body, to Africans' bodies. Um, they're demons. They're not even. They don't even have a spirit. I would say not even spirits. They're souls because they're not spiritual people at all. Anything that's not natural can never be spiritual. So they're not spiritual. But trust and believe they are our enemies. That was proven to me today. I knew it, but it was just official. I don't understand, and I don't care. They can thumb it down. It is what it is. Um, I know for a fact who it probably was, but I don't care because my thing is, why is all of this? It doesn't really make sense how all this stuff is happening to me right now. How everything is taking place right now after certain situations have happened. Um, it might be somebody that just came across the line and don't know. I'm not gonna think about it too much. It is what it is. We got haters everywhere. That's what they're here for. But like I said, my job don't stop. It will never stop. It will never stop. It's gonna continue to go on. It's going to continue to happen. It's gonna continue to manifest the way it's gonna manifest. So at the end of the day, I'm just letting people know that they're not stopping us. But we all have to stay on our P's and Q's because we all still have to live for people that we love. We all have to still go on through our daily life through this matrix. We can't be oblivious to certain things around us. We can ignore a lot of it, but we still have to protect ourselves at one point in time. You know, I'm not a suicide bomber, but like I said, if it comes down to my life being taken, I don't care. Um, I just want you guys to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who you hang around with, be aware of who you talk to on the phone, be aware of who you share information with, because the enemies are around us everywhere, whether they're in your job, at the grocery store, some might even be in your house. You never know. But we have enemies everywhere. So I just want people to just be aware of what's going on. We have to, because if we don't, we're gonna get caught slipping like our ancestors did at one point in time and get taken advantage of, and we're right back into to point A again. That's never gonna happen to me, and that's never gonna happen to you guys because we're smarter than that. But we all have to stay on our P's and Q's. I know we do. Today was a bit. Today was it's put the icing on the cake. You know, Saturday it had me thinking. You know, I had to think, and I knew something was wrong. But today reassured me that something is wrong. Something is going on. So the and listen, I thought I had an invisible fence around me, but I guess not. It's been knocked down. So we um we got to realize that we're playing with fire, but we can control that fire. Um, from now on, I'm most definitely breathing, eating, sleeping. There's nothing else besides that that's going to be manifesting or being talked to around me. I can't worry about what's going on the outside of the matrix anymore. I used to try to control things that I see I can't control anymore. I used to do things that I see I can't do anymore. So now what I'm telling you guys is whatever whatever that I'm sorry, man. It's crazy because like I said, I'm so worried about my daughter. Um, I'm normally she's normally here and it's killing me because she's not. I can't have her here with me. Um, I'm just about to go into beast mode. I'm sorry. Um, I'm about to go, and what I mean in beast mode, I have to study, I have to meditate, I have to go incognito for a while. If it's not about this, or if it's not about my peoples, everything else is irrelevant now. A lot of things that I was doing, I'm gonna have to put on hold because I got to go back to the drawing board. I have to get in touch with my ancestors, and I have to get answers. In order for us to get past situations like this, we have to go back to our ancestors. We got to go back and get answers. And that's my next move. So I just wanted to share that with you guys about what happened to me today. Um, Literally before I went, I just got out of jail maybe like about nine. I made it home around 9:30. I got out around 8:45. The first thing I said is I need to come home and I need to make this video. I'm not gonna take myself away, but I'm about to um how can I put this? I'm about to go monk style. I'm about to try to find some better ways of us moving around, and I'm about to find a better solution for all of us to communicate. That's what I'm basically want to say. I didn't really want to, put it into words like that, but I'm about to find a better way for all of us to, um, yes, we do, but we also have to protect our leaders as well. So, like I said, I'm trying to find a better way of us doing it. I'm trying to find a better way of us communicating. I'm about to go monk style. I'm about to get in these books. I'm about to meditate just about half of the day. I'm about to fast. I'm about to probably fast for like a week. I said to myself last week I was going to do a 30-day fast. Um, I think that's what I might end up doing in order for me to reach my highest spiritual level. I have to do this. Um, like I said, I'm gonna go live every day. I'm gonna make my videos still. It's gonna be very short until I find a better way of us communicating. It's another way that we can communicate. I think we might have to do private streaming. Thank you, thank you. I need it. I need it. And what I'm asking, and you know what, I do need something from you guys. I need you guys to meditate. I need you guys to protect yourself, protect your spirits, because if we can't, if you guys can't protect yourself, we can't protect each other. And that's what I'm talking about. We have to find a different way to protect each other. Oh, true. I got pulled over twice. I've been targeted by the police since last week. Um, I've been put in jail twice. I done had to bond out twice. Who's to say? I don't know. I do know. We all know why, but that's not gonna stop me. They we all have battles that we fight. We don't win every battle, but we will win the war. And that's all I'm gonna say. I lost a couple of battles this week, but I'm gonna win the war. I wasn't prepared. And that's the thing. And that's all I'm really trying to say. I'm just, like I said, I'm kind of brain boggled right now. I wasn't prepared for this, but now that I know this is happening, I will prepare myself better. I will be on my P's and Q's even more. And my elder told me today, stay on your P's and Q's. And like 20, 30 minutes after that, this happens. I should have told shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm not even gonna go there. But one thing I'm gonna start doing is really, really stand on my P's and Q's. Because the moment you get relaxed, this is what happens. The moment you're not prepared, this is what happens. We have to stay prepared for anything that's coming our way. We're the giants that are woke. We are the threats to the unhuman. We are threats to anybody that's besides this color. We are so powerful to the sodomites to where they feel our force. So the only way that they can control our force is to lock us up, to assort our intelligence, to make us feel like somebody that we're not. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a gangbanger. None of that. The first thing they seen is when they seen this, they oh, You are one of you are the one of the leaders here. I heard. No, I'm not. You see the other colors and watch our finances. Yes, because at any given time, they can take all of that away from us. So I'm going back to the drawing board and I'm about to prepare myself for any other thing that they have for us. Any other thing they got for me, I'm gonna be ready for it. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm giving up because I ain't never giving up. I just have to go back to the drawing board to prepare myself for this next level that I'm going through. Because I am going through another level of things. I guess when you level up, your problems level up. But I don't have problems. My challenges level up. And I wasn't prepared for the level up of the challenges. So now I am. Excuse me, I will be. I will be prepared for this next battle. And I will win the next battle. I just want you guys to know I love y'all, man, and I appreciate you guys coming on. And I ain't gonna lie, I felt some type of way before I did this, but I feel a little bit better because I feel the support, I feel the love, I feel everything that I needed to feel right tonight to give me the energy to move forward with this challenge that I have. I ain't going to jail. It wasn't like they caught. It wasn't like they caught me with some keys or anything. Anything that they said I had, that stuff is going to be thrown out because it wasn't there. You couldn't even tell me how much I had. You couldn't even give me any type of paperwork on what I had. You just told me that I had this, and y'all found this in my trunk. So now, like I said, I have to go back. I have to worry about fighting this. I have to worry about protecting my loved ones. I mean, because we can't be stupid and just go out here and do whatever. We have to have a game plan. And I had a game plan for everything else except this. I'm not even gonna lie, they caught me off guard. Yes, and it's not, and they did a yes, protection, love and protection. That's what we need. We all need that. And I think Thursday when we meditate, that's going to be the topic of meditation. Thank you, Serenity. That's a good one. Love and protection. That's what we need. And then guess what? Those two things are conquer over anything. Love and protection. You know what I'm saying? Fear is in the eyes of the beholder. Life is in the love. Life is in the presence of the love maker. Life is in the words of the comforter. And that was some comforting words right there. So you just gave me some life, Serenity. Um, I wasn't prepared. Preparation, mise en place. They will never get distract me ever again. So now that I know I need a game plan for this, I will have a game plan for it. I got a game plan for everything else. So now I know I need one for this, like I just said. Um, I really have to do some studying tonight. I'm gonna do some meditation. I'm gonna get back to talking to my ancestors tonight because I was talking to them before I did this video, and I had to freestyle it. I didn't really have a topic. I just wanted to let you guys know what happened to me. That I am the target. I'm not putting myself in brother Kwaku Shoes or brother Lance Skir, because those guys are true. They're beyond warriors. I could never imagine what they went through and compare it to what I'm going through right now. Because what I'm going through right now is water under the bridge. It's gonna get beat, thrown out, and everything. But to get your life uh, tested and get everything else that happened to them uh, tested, I have to prepare myself for that type of stuff too. But those are some true gods. Like they standing tall right now. I just want to give them a shout out too, because I know Lance was pretty sick Saturday. He couldn't make it to the road to restoration. He didn't even show up. It was just brother Kwaku, and brother Kwaku wasn't this. His spirit was there, but the flesh showed that he was sick. And I wanted to reach out and ask him, was it some type of food poisoning? Because I do have a remedy for that. You know what I'm saying? Because just the pale look on his face, I think it might have been food poisoning, but it had to be some type of bacterial food poisoning. Um, and that type of food poisoning is the worst. Like it takes all the energy out of you. It takes the color away from you. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys noticed, like when the sodomites say that they're sick, they look when they're pale, they look sick. When they tan, they look healthy. So it says a lot. It says basically that most of them are sick. So they tan to get that healthy look like we have, to get that glow. So when I seen Brother Quackle, I knew something was wrong because the tone of his skin was kind of pale, but his spirit was still healthy. His spirit was still there. Um, I just feel bad because we wasn't there to protect him, and Brother Lance. They'll never have our glow. That's why they get under them lights to try to get it, to get that sickness, that sick look off of them. The two that arrested me today was sick looking. They was pale as a white piece of paper with chalk on it. And I told you I don't like them touching me. Like I had to get patted down. Um, I had to. They went through my hair, and it was crazy, man. It was just they was sucking the energy out of me, sucking it all the way out of me. So I have to go back to the drawing board tonight. I have to get in touch with my ancestors and really talk to them. And like I said, I thank you guys for tuning in. Um, I'm about to do some research about this for real. Like I am going to look up that Savage and everything and see what that's about. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. Probably not tonight though. I'm gonna get some because tomorrow I think I go to court. My lawyer gonna call me in the morning to see what time he can get me in the court because I got to get my car out. I need to get this holder off my car. I said I was gonna buy another one, but I'm not. I ain't about to be wasting no money. I have a car and I will get my car back. But tomorrow, yeah, I will get some rest after I get all of this whole situation taken care of. But as far as like tonight, I have to do some studying. I have to, do some spirit searching. And I love you guys. I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm about to end this live. GBF for life. We ain't going nowhere. We don't die. We multiply. They can't stop a true warrior. They can't stop a god. They can't stop a king. What's a king to a peasant? What's a peasant to a king? You know, that's how I look at it. We kings and we kings and goddesses, you know. They can't stop us. They can do anything they want, but they cannot stop us. I'm just letting you guys know I'm still here. I ain't even like I said. I was cautious for a minute because I didn't know if I was going to actually be able to see my freedom tonight. But evidently, it's something that wasn't right, and my lawyer he's going to eat it all up. So I'm not worried about it. But yeah, good night. I love y'all. Peace. See y'all tomorrow. I will make a video, and then I will go live again. Um, I'm gonna dedicate a lot more of my time to this. Stay on your P's and Q's, okay? Thank you, Serenity. I love you. I love you. You're an awesome woman. Tell your daughter I said what's up too, okay? Um, wow, it's been a hell of a day, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. We will talk again.